Hello people, my name is Ben, and as you can see this week's game is Cave Story Plus in fact, the main one that people play these days because it's the improved version of the original with redone sprites and it just looks really nice, as if the older one didn't, but this looks even better. Beautiful pixel art, and I really like Cave Story. I have played it before. This is one of the few games that we're actually doing on BBG that I have played most of the way through. I've played it until about the final boss, and I couldn't beat the final boss. I remember though, it was like 3-4 years ago, probably 4 or 5 years ago in fact. I was really excited for it to come out on the Wii, through the WiiWare thing when that was still a thing. And I played the crap out of it because it was really good and so fun. Just a great Metroid / Metroidvania thing. I'd call it way more Metroid than like Castlevania. I'd just probably call it more of a Metroid type game, whatever genre you want to call that. Platformer, shooter, exploration thing that is just incredibly fun. And you are listening right now to one of, the main reasons why a lot of people really like this game. It's got a great soundtrack, just so good. And in fact, in this version, it has 3 options. So you've got 2 options for the graphics. You've got the, more basic pixel art, or the new one. The more basic one is like just far more closer to 8-bit, and I'd say this is closer to 16-bit SNES era, or Super Nintendo era, however you want to say it. And then you've got 3 options for the music. You've got old, like original, new, or remastered. And remastered wasn't in there before. I think it's because they realized that the new one wasn't very good. Pretty much nobody that I know of picked it. It had just kind of lost all of its energy. Like if you just simply listen to the comparison between the old title screen theme, the original one, and then the new one, it's much more slow and like it sounds good. It just doesn't sound like how I want my Cave Story to sound. And then the remastered sounds like the original. It's got the same pacing. It just adds a little bit more pizzazz and flair into it, and in a good way. I think the remastered soundtrack is really the way to go. And there's also a Cave Story remix project that you can get, which is free. That's like over 2 discs. It was done in like 2006 by a ton of different people who have done great remix tracks. You can just Google Cave Story remix and you will probably find it. It's a free album, really nice, great stuff, and that's why I'm pretty much playing throughout the show on breaks and stuff throughout the week. Really good. Anyway, I enjoy Cave Story a lot. It's got a surprisingly good story, it's got humor in it, it's got some really dark stuff though. It was surprisingly dark considering the Mimigas and they're all kind of rabbit type creatures and stuff. But no, there's some creepy shit in there, and it's really good for it. It doesn't feel too out of place, it fits in well with the story, and it's a good story. Yeah, overall, great game, made by one guy, and then like other people came to help him remaster it, I believe. But just fantastic, and I'm really happy that I'm returning to it. I barely remember the story, which is really nice. I remember some of the environments and stuff, but not much of the story at all, which has me excited to go through it again. I think I've waited a good amount of time before returning to the game, where it does still feel very fresh to me. As well as that, this week we're going to be playing the next Curse of Naxxramas Wing. That's today, Wednesdays when I'm recording this. I hope I can get it out today as well. And also Curse of the Necrodancer. For those of you who don't know, Curse of the Necrodancer, I believe it was on Kickstarter, I'm not too sure, but it's coming out on early access today, and it's one of the few games, this and Crawl are like the main games that I'm actually excited that are coming out on early access, because most of those games just kind of suck, but these have stuff to them, they've got things there. And when you've got people who have already racked up 300 hours on this one game, I think it's probably, you know, worth checking out. It's fairly close to Spelunky, I'd say, in terms of just kind of the feeling of the game. Not as in the feel of the gameplay, just like you go around, collect stuff, there are merchants, get down to the next level and such, and it's randomized every single time. Except in this, it's overhead, kind of Zelda styles, a bit more roguelite styles because of, I guess it's turn-based, but it's only really, it's very fast turns because you have to keep moving to the beat, which is why it's Necrodancer. Because like your heart's being cursed or something, so you need to keep moving to the right beat, and you can use your own MP3s and stuff. It's really, really cool, so you'll see what that's about when I actually play it on stream. I'm very excited for that, and obviously Curse of Naxxramas Week 2, that should be a lot of fun as well. There also might be something else this week, I'm not too sure. If I can get at least one person to come on stream, then we might play some Mount Your Friends. Who knows? That's a weird game. And it looks pretty fun. It's very, very cheap, so, you know, it seems fairly reasonable for what it is. Either way, those are this week's games, I guess, but the main one, of course, is Cave Story. Very excited, very happy to be returning to Cave Story. For the most part, it's just a very nice, cheerful game with great music and great gameplay, and the XP system is really cool because when you get hit, you lose some XP, and then if you go down a level, and XP is based on your guns, by the way, you go down a level, then your guns become less powerful, and then you need to get the triangle things to make them more powerful, so it's like more of a punishment than just taking health off you if you do get hit. It's so cool. Anyway, but I could just keep going on about it for way longer, but I won't. You can just come and watch me play it, because it's fun. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.